Welcome to Miss English Podcast channel. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Miss English Podcast. I am so excited today because I am not alone in the studio. I have a special co-host with me. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Jack.
Hi, Rena, and hello to all our listeners. Thank you so much for having me. I am really happy to be here today to practice some everyday English with you all.
It's great to have you, Jack. Today, we're going to focus on daily life conversations. You know, the kind of things we talk about every single day. Let's start with the basics. Jack, if you meet someone for the first time, how do you usually introduce yourself?
Well, I like to keep it simple. I usually say, "Hi, I'm Jack. I'm originally from London, but I live here now. What about you?" Do you give a long introduction?
Not really. I think a long introduction can be a bit boring. I usually just say my name and maybe my profession. Like, I'm Rena, and I teach languages. It's a good way to start a conversation.
Exactly, and it leaves room for the other person to ask questions. Speaking of daily life, Rena, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Oh, definitely a morning person. I love waking up early around 6 a.m. The house is so quiet, and I feel like I have more time for myself. I usually start my day with some yoga. How about your morning routine, Jack?
I am the exact opposite. Getting out of bed is the hardest part of my day. I have to set 3 alarms, but once I am up, I head straight to the kitchen for coffee. I cannot function without my morning coffee.
I totally understand. Coffee is a lifesaver for many people. After your coffee, what do you usually have for breakfast?
I usually have something quick, like toast with peanut butter or a bowl of cereal. I don't like spending too much time cooking in the morning.
That sounds easy. I usually prefer a bigger breakfast, maybe some eggs and fruit. It gives me energy for my classes. So after breakfast, we both start working. For our learners listening, talking about your routine is a great way to practice simple present tense.
That's right. Just say, I wake up, I eat, I go to work. It's that simple. We'll be back after a short break to talk about a very popular topic, food.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, you are listening to the Miss English Podcast with me and Mr. Jack. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, food.
Yes, please. I am always ready to talk about food. Rena, do you prefer eating at home or eating out at a restaurant?
That's a tough question. I love cooking, so I eat at home mostly. But on the weekends, I really enjoy going to a nice restaurant. It's nice not having to wash the dishes.
I completely agree about the dishes. When you go to a restaurant, what is your go-to phrase for ordering? I know a lot of learners get nervous when the waiter comes to the table.
That's very true. The most polite and natural way to order is using I would like, or I'll have, for example, I would like the grilled chicken, or I'll have a salad, please.
Exactly, it sounds much better than saying I want. It is also very helpful to know how to ask questions about the menu. If I don't know what to order, I usually ask the waiter, what do you recommend?
That is a great tip, Jack. Waiters usually know the best dishes. And what if you are a vegetarian or have an allergy? How do you explain that?
That's important. You can simply say, I am a vegetarian. Do you have any meat-free options? Or, if you have an allergy, you must tell them clearly. For instance, I am allergic to peanuts. Does this dish contain peanuts?
Very useful phrases. Let's practice a short role play. I will be the waiter, and you are the customer. Ready?
Ready?
Hello, are you ready to order?
Yes, I am. I'll have the mushroom soup for my starter, and the grilled salmon for the main course, please.
Excellent choice. Would you like anything to drink with that?
Just a glass of sparkling water, please.
See, it is that easy. Just remember to smile and say, please, and thank you. Politeness goes a long way.
Welcome back to part 3. In this section, we are moving from the restaurant to the shopping mall. Shopping is another real-life situation where you need to speak English confidently.
Oh, I love shopping, but it can be stressful in a foreign country if you don't know the right vocabulary. Jack, what is the first thing you say when a shop assistant asks, "Can I help you?"
Well, if I am just browsing and not looking for anything specific, I politely say, I'm just looking. Thank you. It lets them know I don't need help right now.
That's a perfect phrase. But what if you do need help? Let's say you're looking for a winter coat.
Then I would say, yes, please. I am looking for a winter coat. Could you tell me where they are?
Good. Now let's imagine you found a coat you like, but you need to try it on. You should ask, where are the fitting rooms? Or, can I try this on?
And what if it doesn't fit? This happens to me all the time. The clothes are usually too small.
In that case, you can ask the assistant, do you have this in a larger size? Or if it is too big, you ask, do you have this in a smaller size? You can also ask for a different color, like, do you have this in black?
Those are very practical phrases. Let's do another quick role play for our listeners. I will be the shop assistant, and you are the shopper.
Okay, let's do it.
Hi there. Did you find everything you were looking for?
Yes, I did. But I am not sure about this sweater. Do you have it in a medium size?
Let me check the back room for you. Yes, here is a medium. Would you like to try it on?
Yes, please. Where are the changing rooms?
They are just right over there, next to the mirrors. They are just right over there, next to the mirrors.
See how natural that flows? When you practice these simple exchanges, shopping becomes much easier and more enjoyable. And when it's time to pay, the cashier will usually ask, how would you like to pay?
And you can simply answer, by card, please, or I'll pay with cash. Simple and polite.
We are already at the final part of today's podcast. Time flies when you're having fun, right, Jack?
It really does. For our last topic, let's talk about something everyone looks forward to. The weekend and our hobbies. Rena, what are your plans for this coming weekend?
I am planning to have a very relaxing weekend. On Saturday, I want to stay home, read a good book, and maybe bake some cookies. Sunday, I might go for a walk in the park if the weather's nice. How about you?
I have a more active weekend planned. I am going hiking in the mountains with a few friends on Saturday morning. We usually hike for about 4 hours. Then on Sunday, I just want to catch up on some sleep and watch a movie.
That sounds like a great balance. Hiking is a wonderful hobby. It's good for your health and lets you enjoy nature. Do you have any other hobbies?
I really enjoy photography. I like taking pictures of landscapes and city streets. It helps me see the world differently. What about you, besides baking and reading?
I love learning new languages. I know it sounds like work, but it really is a hobby for me. I am trying to learn a little bit of Spanish right now. It is challenging but fun.
That's impressive. Hobbies are so important. They help us relax after a long week of work or studying. It's important to ask people about their hobbies. It's a great way to make friends.
Yes, instead of just asking, what is your hobby? Which sounds a bit formal, you can ask, what do you like to do in your free time? Or what do you get up to on the weekends?
Those are much more natural questions. Let's practice. Rena, what do you like to do for fun when you are not working?
Well, I really enjoy going to art galleries and trying out new coffee shops in the city. I love finding a quiet place with good coffee.
That sounds wonderful. So, to all our listeners out there, what do you like to do in your free time? Think about how you would answer that question in English.
Exactly. Practice describing your weekend plans and your hobbies. It's okay if you make mistakes. The most important thing is to keep speaking.
Well said. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast today, Rena. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining us, Jack. And a huge thank you to all our listeners for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to the Miss English podcast for more daily English lessons. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Keep practicing.